To the 5D Academy of Higher Consciousness. I'm Zarathustra, broadcasting from Tulum, Mexico. Um, Today, we're going to be talking about guilt. One of our participants brought this up, and what's the story with guilt, which everybody experiences it. And also, Susanna, you mentioned that you said something else besides saying, asking me to talk about guilt. You said in a very short sentence, if you ask me the second part of your question, so it's clear for everyone.
I can make it shorter. Is guilt a manipulated concept? And how can we free ourselves from this
guilt? Great.
Guilt.
Yeah. Okay, this is wonderful. I like this one. And oh wow. Okay, forgive me. We have more people joining in, so I'm just kind of going a little bit slower, waiting for everyone else to jump in. Hi. Hi.
Romaine.
Romaine. Oh, okay.
Lovely to be here. Thank you. So my apologies for being a little bit late. I was in another meeting.
No problem. It's okay. We normally just wait for a few minutes and we chit chat until everybody shows up. Welcome back. Nice to see you. Okay. So, no, guilt. It's a natural feeling that we do experience, just like fear and guilt comes. And we may experience guilt every single day, one way or the other. So, and yes, guilt is also a conditioned emotion that it's ingrained into our psyche from the very early age that we were born, and they condition us. But it is an emotion. It's a passing emotion. It comes and goes. So the main key, it just goes back to what we always have been talking about here. It goes back to the teachings and the understanding of the nature of the human mind. Now, there are hundreds of books, thousands of different teachers, philosophers, psychologists, people who are into metaphysics, gurus, all kinds of different people talk about the psychology of human being. And that's a complete different aspect. Here at 5D Quantum Awareness, we are talking about observation and witnessing. What we're doing is we're bypassing all the story that comes with the person. The person, this I thought, that when I wake up in the morning, same as everybody else on this planet, we all have one common thought in our minds when we wake up in the morning. And it doesn't matter which country you come from, what race you're from, what kind of religious background you have, and where you're located geographically, whether you're isolated in an island in a tribe and you've never been around civilization or internet or TV or radio, or you are in a modern country and you're very connected. It doesn't matter if you're wealthy or you're poor, if you're famous or you're just an ordinary person. all human beings, when they wake up in the morning, have the same common one thought. And that thought is me, I. Oh, I'm late. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I didn't sleep well, or I slept so well. Well, I gotta go take a shower, go to work. Whatever it is, the first thought that appears and bubbles up is the thought of yourself, the thought of me. And you can examine this for yourself. You don't need to take my word for it. You can just take a notebook, put it next to your bed when you wake up in the morning, and just check it out. Like, okay, today, what was the first thought that arrived when I woke up? And you can see that it's an I thought, I, me. So this me that appears when I wake up, and this me that it also appears when I'm sleeping and dreaming. There is still this me. The only time this me disappears is when there are no thoughts. There's no mind. The mind is not active. The mind goes into silence. Now you could be sleeping and dive into fourth level of sleep, and then there's the REM's activity is very, very mellow. It's not high activities. So it's a disappearance of the observer. The observer who's watching and recording things is not there. And then the observer comes. So same thing, when you wake up in the morning, there is someone, there's an entity that you are calling it me, I. This entity, this me, is witnessing events happening. But because nobody ever taught this to us, nobody ever educated us, naturally, we never investigate this me, this I thought. I never investigated, like, who is this I? Who am I? Who is this me? And then this me, it gets identified with the stories of the life. So the me is a 7, 8-year-old girl, 10-year-old girl. It gets sexually abused. So now that's its story. Then goes through puberty. Then at age 18, she's in love with someone, and then she gets heartbroken. And then at age 25, she gets married and she has kids. Then at age the story of this me continues, and all the events that happens to this me, they're very personalized and they're very real. They're real events. So, but they never get investigated. Like, to whom do these events are happening? I say to me, okay? But I never investigate this me. I never go and find out where is this me coming from, this I. I never take the time to do it. And where was I before I was born? We don't spend time trying to figure out where were we before we were born. And there's no recollection. I'm not talking about esoteric story and you're telling me I was this, I was that in past lives. Okay? Those are concepts. I don't know what I was before I was born. And I have zero idea where I'm going to go after I die. So if you really look at it, there's only a very, very short period of time Okay, from the time I was born to the time I die, and let's say hypothetically I live 100 years. Okay, all right. Well, this planet has been around for what, 6 billion years or whatever. So my life among billions of the people who lived on this planet, from the point of view of the collective, it's like a blink, like this. Okay. So how much significance do you give to your blinks? When you're blinking, you're not even aware of it. Or when you're breathing in and out, how many times do you breathe in and out per day? I don't know. How many times do you blink? Have you ever sat down and calculate how many times you blink during the day? Or how many times you breathe during the day? So this life that I'm living is like a blink. It just happens so fast and it's over. 100, 30, 40 years from now, 100 years from now, nobody ever knows that this guy named Zarathustra ever lived. It just becomes totally insignificant. It's like as if it never happened. Like billions of people before you and I have lived on this planet, and we don't even have an idea who they are. Yeah, there are a few people that are recorded in the history, but in comparison to trillions and trillions of people who were born and died, that's a very small number of people that we have recorded their existence, and they're significant. But the rest are gone, and nobody ever knows. So, okay. So I'm here for a moment, a blink. In this blink, if I'm lucky or if it's in my destiny, the self-awakening, self-consciousness mechanism triggers. And suddenly I become aware of myself. As you can see today, they're making these movies of the AI, artificial intelligence, that the robot at one point becomes self-aware and develop some kind of feelings for life, and maybe fights back its human creators to live longer or not be a slave, not be just a machine, and it's becoming conscious and wants to have some rights. So you've seen these movies. It's the same thing happening to human beings. At one moment, self-awakening mechanism gets activated and we become aware of our thoughts. We become aware of our emotions. We, maybe if we're lucky, not too many people do. A lot of people come in the spiritual path and they think they're awake, but they're still completely asleep because they're not questioning the nature of their own existence. They're working on their own traumas. Okay, they're dealing with the stories that happen in their lives. They're not questioning where they were before they were born. They're not questioning where they're going to be after they die. And they're not questioning the source of themselves, this me, this person, the I. So here on this platform, we're raising this question. This me. This me is a victim of its emotions. It's like a yo-yo, the me, I. So Suddenly something happens in your life, you get some bad news, and you just crash. You're depressed, you're sad, you're extremely afraid, you go through anxiety, and you're going through all these emotions. And you feel helpless because you're identified to all these of the stories. And then your stock options, they crash in the stock market, and your mind starts to go crazy. The guy or the girl or the person you're in love with suddenly tells you they're not into you anymore, you're too old, or you're not fit, or they're bored of you, they don't want to be with you anymore. So what happens? You crash. You go downhill. So all of these emotions and these thoughts are very much connected to the outside world, the outer world. The outer world, when doesn't go in our way, we begin to experience these unwanted emotions: sadness, fear, anxiety, jealousy. But then when things go our way, we're happy, we're excited, we're really high. So we are projecting our happiness and our misery to the outside world. How things go, whether they go our way or not, and we're depending our well-being on that. Now, suddenly the grace comes. Lord God, Her Majesty, the light comes. The Guru comes in our lives. The light comes in our lives. The wisdom comes into our life. And kind of like waking us up, it's shaking you. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wakes you up. What is it waking you up to? Is to bring your attention to go inside, to look inside, not to look outside. So it's a favor, the master, the guru, Her Majesty, the being comes in your life and is waking you up to look inside, because you're looking outside all the time and you're really believing what's outside is real. You're really believing everything. So then you're having these emotions. When the light comes in our lives, when the master comes, the guru comes, Her Majesty comes as a favor and wakes you up from this nightmare, and then you start to go inside. When you go inside, that means you're looking at the truth of who you are. The truth of who you are is untouchable. Nothing can touch it. It was never born and it never dies. It's always here. Like Mount Everest. Then you begin to learn to observe your emotions, not to identify with them, to simply be aware of them coming and going. One of these emotions is guilt. Everybody feels guilty at some point. I may feel guilty every day. I did something right, I did something wrong. Maybe there was a homeless person on the street and I gave him 50 pesos. Later on, I come home, I feel guilty. I go, man, why didn't you give him 200 pesos? Why did you just give him 50 pesos? It's nothing, 50 pesos. You could have given him 200 pesos. I may be talking to my mother or a friend or someone, and I get impatient. and maybe I snap at them. You may be a mom or a dad, and one of your kids, you have a 7-year-old kid, and maybe you told them 50 times, sweetheart, when you walk in here, close the screen, close the door so mosquitoes don't come in. And then your kid runs inside and leaves the door open. And then you snap at the kid. You start yelling at the kid. Like, how many times do I need to tell you, okay, in an aggressive way, you lose your control and your calm and you're yelling at your kid. Later on, you're going to feel guilty about it. That why did I do this? Why did I talk to my kid like this? Anyway, the bottom line is guilt is an emotion that always comes and it goes. Also, we have been, as Susanna mentioned, which is very true, we've been conditioned from childhood, pounded in our heads, guilt, 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 guilt. You feel, our parents, our school, our religion, our environment, it makes you feel guilty. Then it comes to sexuality. Oh my God. Should we open this door and enter into this realm? Sexuality, every time you think of sexuality, every time you're daydreaming about somebody, every time you get excited about somebody, every time you go masturbate, then you have to feel guilty because you have committed a sin by masturbating. That's a sin. So they have attached guilt and shame to sexuality. Why? Why sexuality or fantasizing about having sex or masturbating, thinking of other people, getting excited about someone else, you have to feel guilt and shame. This is a natural desire that arises in human beings from childhood. This energy is the very energy that creates human beings. If you're not having sex, there are no human beings being born. Yeah, maybe now they can create human beings in the tubes or whatever. But up to now, we didn't have the technology of recreating human beings. People had to have sex. So this very natural energy inside you that brings you to life, because having sex creates life. So obviously this is good because it's creating life. It's been twisted and they put this label on it that it's shameful and it's guilty and it's dirty and you shouldn't think about it. Did you ever fantasize about your school teacher when you were 12, 13 years old? She's really hot or he's really hot. Did you ever fantasize about one of your mother's girlfriends or your sister's girlfriends or your sister's boyfriend or other people? And then what happens? Guilt and shame comes. So yes, it is cultural, it is conditioned, but guilt is a natural feeling that arises within everyone on this planet. Unless you're completely like numb, you are so traumatized and you're so numb that you don't experience any kind of guilt. As we can see, some of these leaders around the world or the heads of these corporations, obviously they don't feel any guilt because they don't have a problem killing millions of people or starving millions of people. They don't feel anything apparently, and they're in power. But I'm not talking about those few. I'm talking about ordinary human beings who have a consciousness. But what do you do with it? For me, is when guilt comes, I treat guilt same as I treat any other emotions. It arises, I don't have a choice. I feel it. I don't try to push it away. I just tell myself guilt is here. Guilt is visiting me, and I just stay with it, and it goes away. Look, there is no issue in feeling guilt, fear, anxiety, jealousy, loneliness, anger. Maybe I missed something, I don't know. There's no problem by feeling them, by experiencing them. Don't think like there's something wrong with you, that you're feeling guilty or you're feeling jealous. Excuse me. Or you're feeling lonely. Don't feel like there is something wrong with you. Feel it. Feel the pain, feel the guilt, feel the sorrow, feel the anger. In the moment you're feeling it. Okay? So initial feeling as a human being, as a alive mechanism who is experiencing emotions, experience it. There's no problem. It's good. That makes you human. That makes you humble. That brings you into alignment with life. That helps you surrender. But the problem is when there's a secondary involvement with the emotion. Okay, I did something, now I feel guilty. Okay, and I acknowledge it. I feel bad, I feel guilty because I was impatient over the phone talking to my friend or my mother or someone I care for. I was an asshole and I feel guilty about it. Okay, that's the initial feeling. I feel it, I own it, and I acknowledge it. But if you're going to dwell in that and keep going back, that your mind is going to go back to that story and recreating the guilt. So that means now there's a secondary involvement with this. That means you're mind fucking. You're mind fucking now. You understand? Are you with me? Do you get it? There's no problem with experiencing it. Everybody has to experience it. It's a good thing. But then going back in it and recreating it in your mind, and then beating yourself up because you're feeling guilty that you did something 2 years ago. You weren't attentive to your child. You weren't attentive to your dad. You didn't do whatever it was. You stole something. And you're feeling guilty about it. And you keep going into that story all the time. So there's a secondary involvement. That's where the problem is. And that's where consciousness comes. That's where this teaching comes, is to be aware, awake, to remain in your seat. What's your seat in life? Where are you located with yourself? Where is your chair? Where are you sitting? You're sitting at the chair, at the seat of the observer. You're observing. The show is happening in front of you. You know, it's like going to a movie theater or going to an opera. You have your seat. You're sitting here, and you are not the character in the movie. You're not the actor or the actress. The movie is moving. That's called movie. It's moving. You're the one who's watching it. And then when the movie is over, the lights come on in the theater, you get up and you go home. You continue with your life. Same thing is happening here. What you're seeing happening that you think is your life is a movie. You're just watching it. And you don't even have to follow what I'm telling you blindly. Oh, Zarathustra says this is a movie and I'm watching it. What I'm saying is just check it out. You're the observer of it. So take a look. Come back to your seat, stay still, and look. Now you're going to see your mind and your personal story. It becomes a movie. You're watching it. And when that happens, then the events that are happening in your life, they don't have much power over you. They can't really crush you because you're watching them. You're not involved with them. You're simply watching events happening in your life. Not happening to you, happening in the life. You become the observer of your own life. Then you will see, the more you do this practice and you recognize this, the less the ups and downs of life can affect you. They don't have so much power on you. Things go really high. You do experience excitement, but you're not really identified with it. Things crash. You don't become miserable. You experience sadness. You experience anxiety, but you don't really identify with it. You are ultimately at your seat, the observer. Same thing. Guilt comes. By now you're a veteran. You've been practicing this. So you're simply observing the emotion. It comes, it's guilt, and then it goes. Then another emotion comes. It's happiness. It comes, you experience it, it goes. Then another emotion comes, it's fear. It arrives, you experience it, and then it goes. Look, I'm explaining these things to you. I teach it. It's been years I've been practicing it. But that has not created a metal armor for me that I don't feel. I can get afraid. I can experience anxiety. I can experience fear. I can experience jealousy. I experience everything. just like everyone else. This understanding did not make me become Superman that I don't feel anymore. Of course I do. The difference is I don't identify with it. I feel it. But that's not who I am. There's a big difference here. Major difference. One position, when you identify with these emotions and you really believe it that that's who you are, then the quality of your life goes really low because you really identified with the story of life. The other one is a higher quality of life. You're still experiencing the same thing, but you're not identified with it. It's not happening to you. You're not taking it personally. It's still happening. You're experiencing it. You're not numb. You're not indifferent to the pain and the suffering of other human beings. But you're not identified with the story. Then your quality of life goes up. Your mind becomes quiet. And the field of awareness that you're in touch with gets more expanded. Any questions? Yes, please.
Yeah, I think, and sometimes I could feel it when I'm in consciousness love, then I can't feel things like fear and guilt and all these other things.
Yeah.
Because I'm I'm not thinking. I'm only be, and I'm in love. And in this state, there are all these things. There are not existent.
Look, they all are here. You cannot be in a human body and come and live a human life and not experience these things. It's impossible. You know, it's like I want to go swim in the ocean, but I don't want to get wet.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a car, but I don't want my car to have wheels. I mean, I want to make love to someone, but I don't want to get naked. It's impossible. You cannot have one without the other. They come hand in hand. By just being born in this planet, in this life, means you have to experience pain and you're going to experience pleasure. You cannot have one without the other. It's impossible. There are days that I feel blissed out. There are days I feel miserable. I'm being as honest as I can be with you. I cannot manufacture a synthetic way of just feeling like, oh my God. I don't have that ability. If you do, if anyone can do this 24/7, good for you. Because I can't. Some days, some moments I feel great. Some days I feel like shit. If somebody has been able to feel good all the time, great. Give me the pill or give me your course. I buy it from you. If you can guarantee every moment in my life I'm going to feel great, I want that course. I'll pay for it happily. But you have to guarantee every moment of my life I'm going to feel good. But let's say every moment of your life you feel good. Are you going to be feeling good 5 years after that? Yes, Monica.
Yeah, I would like to share something. It was amazing. I had a huge panic attack a few weeks ago, and I managed to step back behind the attack, the panic, and just managed to just watch it. Like I had problems breathing and everything, but I just stepped behind that and just kind of watched myself. I thought that must be freedom, just to be able to take a step back and look at it.
Beautiful.
Felt really good.
Yes. And this is what this teaching, this sharing is about. It's when you go inwards, you go back in your own center. You observe emotions, but you cannot manipulate them. Still feeling good and feeling bad are going to come and go. But the observer it knows its seat. The observer is not being disturbed by what's being observed. The observer is still, so is here, like a statue. It's not moving. The observer doesn't come and go. It's always observing. Whether it's awake or whether it's sleeping, the observation continues. The training, this teaching is about not to get identified, but what you are observing. You're going to be observing a lot of stuff. You're going to observe human beings come and go in your life. You're going to observe buildings being built in front of you and then demolished. You're going to observe kingdoms rising and falling. You're going to observe your children growing and leaving you. You're going to observe your body growing, reaching its peak, and then starting to get old and decay. You're going to observe many, many things in your life come and go. But one thing doesn't change. The observer remains the observer. The observer does not lose its ability to observe. The observer does not lose its ability to be aware. You're still aware. Doesn't matter. You're 5 years old.
How to stop overthinking when someone is hurting me?
Okay, say it one more time. I'm sorry.
How to stop overthinking when someone is hurting me?
Okay, so we come back to the very essence of this practice. You're simply aware of the emotions arising in you. Can you tell me who you are, if you don't mind?
Alexandra.
Hi, Alexandra. So,
hi, nice.
Yeah, nice having you here. This takes a little bit time to develop. The reason we are hurt is there's a number of different things. Our training is about separation. We believe that there is another person hurting us. When we go deeper inside ourselves, we realize that there is really no one else there. There's only one. There's one being. That being comes with different looks. In different times in our lives, our inner being puts us in a position that we're being abused or we're being insulted or someone's hurting us. But in fact, what is happening is helping us to grow, to go deeper inside ourselves and question the nature of our existence. Now, when that is happening, what I'm asking you to do between this time and hopefully we meet, I don't know where in the world you are or if we're going to see each other in this coming March. But whether we do see each other or not, this is what I recommend. Next time when someone is hurting you, simply be aware of the emotions that are arising within you. Don't put your finger towards them, because once you do that, you become the victim. Someone is hurting you, so you become a victim. Stay in your power and observe your emotions. Whatever they trigger in you is something you need to look at. And look at the person as your teacher, as your guru. You can imagine you're in a Buddhist monastery and you're sitting in lotus posture. 8 hours a day you have to sit, close your eyes, be in meditation. If you crunch your shoulders, one of the monks will come and hit you with a stick. So you have to sit straight. And you're doing it for 8 hours. Excuse me. At night, when you go home, you go back to your room, another Buddhist monk comes and brings some warm oil, brings you a bowl of soup, and then they bring some warm oil and they massage your back, your feet. The next day, you go back to the meditation room. The moment that you're not sitting straight, your mind goes away, one other monk comes and hits you to make you go back straight and to become present. You can imagine your situation is like that. You're in a monastery. Your inner guru is working you by insulting you, by doing things that you feel like you're getting hurt. But you're not getting hurt. It's your ego who gets hurt. It's your sense of identification with the imaginary character in this movie called life is getting hurt. The part of you who's the observer doesn't care. It doesn't matter what they do. Whatever they do, you're still aware of what they do. Whatever they do, you're still aware of your emotions. Your emotions come and your emotions go. No matter how much pain you experience, it does not affect your power of awareness. You're still aware of a lot of pain, and you're aware of the absence of a lot of pain. The aware one, the witness, did not change. So if you begin to identify with that part of yourself, the part which is aware and is the witness, then you see no matter what they do has no effect on you. If you identify with the person and the story, then you're going to go up and down. Am I making any sense? or
Yes, totally. Thank you.
okay, yeah. Um, and what country are you at? Where are you located? If I may.
I'm very surprised as well. I am here today because I'm from Poland and I've been in Tulum for 1 month. 1 month ago.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know what I'm doing here because I was added randomly to a group chat today, and I'm experiencing really bad emotions for past few days, and I
Okay.
think this was meant to be. I'm here today.
Obviously. Where in Poland are you?
Warsaw.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be in Warsaw in 3 weeks. So, and then we're
I
having.
hope we're gonna meet.
What's that?
I hope we're gonna meet then.
Yeah, I mean, were you added to the WhatsApp group?
Yes, I
Oh,
was.
okay. All right. Well, send a message so I can say hello to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
or if you feel like it, you can also contact Carolina, and she can help you if you want to come to Czestochowa. I will be there for a week, and then
Okay,
I'll be in
perfect.
Warsaw. I don't have any programs in Warsaw, but I'm just going to be there for 1 week afterwards. So it would be lovely to connect with you.
Thank you
All
for
right.
connecting today, and
Yeah.
hope to connect soon in future.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Any other questions? No? So let's just hang out in this place for a few moments. And for those of you who are with me for the first time, and you're looking for a way to go beyond your mind, is simply what you can do. This is like a very easy kind of way that for the mind to stop. Because if I want to stop my mind with my own mind, is not possible. But what you can do is you can look within yourself, look at the thoughts, and follow your thoughts. Where do your thoughts come? Just follow this string, and just go inside. Just follow, and then see where do your thoughts come from. If you follow your thoughts, the stream of your thoughts within, you'll be amazed. Suddenly your mind will stop. Because this is something we have never done in our lives. We have never investigated the source of our thoughts. Where do they come from? So just take a look. Follow your thoughts inwards. And then suddenly your mind becomes quiet. And you fall into this deep silence. When you fall into this silence, your heart opens up and you begin to feel the love that is here, the presence. Because our true nature is love. Our very true nature is made out of love. but not romantic love. This is a state of presence. This is when our mind becomes quiet and there's no thoughts. We begin to feel the truth of who we are. We begin to feel our own presence, which is one with Her Majesty, the Supreme Being. God and I are one. God is not an object which is somewhere out there in the sky. The presence of God is in my breath. I'm breathing, I'm alive because God exists inside myself. He's here. I do not need to do anything to become one with God because God is here. And God is love. What I do is I recognize who I am. When I recognize who I am, then I begin to feel the presence of God every moment in my life. God is not something I think of. If I have to think of God, then God becomes an object. God is the nature of my own being, and it's always here. So I come back to my heart. And if you're into it, you can do the same thing. You can put your hands on your chest and your heart, and you can repeat after me. I love myself. I love myself. I love everybody. I forgive myself. I forgive everybody because I'm love. Because I'm light. Because I'm God. That's why I love myself. And I forgive myself. I say yes to love. Yes to love. Yes. 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 As you have your eyes closed and you're in your silence, just let the light in. Just open the gateway of your heart, open the windows, and let light pour in. Let the wisdom of Her Majesty, the Supreme Being, to take over, to pour in. Feel the presence. Feel the presence of the angels, the presence of Lord God, the presence of yourself. You can feel it. Let this wisdom completely take over you and washes off your mind as it's healing your heart and opening your heart to love. I bless Ra, the fierce sun's burning bright. I bless Isis Luna in the night. I bless the air, the horse hawk. I bless the earth on which I walk. You who are the source of all powers, whose rays illuminate the whole world, illuminate also my heart, so that it too can do your work, your work, your work. Om Namaste, Namaste, Namaste. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Let there be peace, let there be peace, let there be peace among all beings of the universe. All beings of the universe. I hope.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining me this Thursday. Next week, I'll be heading to Europe. My journey starts from Frankfurt. I'll be in Frankfurt for almost a week. Then I go to Hamar, Norway for 1 week. And after that, I go to Poland. So to Częstochowa. I'm looking forward to connecting with you. Keep in touch. My social media address is Zarathustra 5D. Our website is zarathustra.tv. So feel free to reach out and connect. And we're going to be doing this as we've been trying to be as regular as we could be. I'm going to be posting different events on the social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube of my whereabouts. I'm not really a big social media kind of a person, but I've been trying to discipline myself to be more active. So I'll keep posting and look forward to connecting with you. I hope to see you again. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just always come back to your heart. Fall back into yourself and just don't give in to the stories. It doesn't matter what is going on, because the outside world, through the media, the TV, radio, all kind of different media outlets, its job is to create anxiety and fear. Its job is not to help you feel the presence of God within yourself. So don't buy into the stories. And if you can avoid the news, avoid the news. Just go back into meditation, because the true gem and the true diamond in this life is right here. It's inside yourself. You are the gem. You're the diamond. You're the one who you've been looking for. It's over here. But we're looking for it outside of ourselves. And we get disappointed because it's not there. And if you do find it, It's temporarily. You're going to lose it. It's over here. It's the one that when you find and you settle with, you will realize this is your soulmate. This is the true love. Self-love, the love of God. I'm not talking about narcissism. We can see that when we go to the gym or when you go on Instagram. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the love of self, the love of God. It's inside ourselves. Once you find it, you would never lose it. And it will fulfill your life, no matter what happens. Challenges are going to happen in your life. You're going to go up and down, but then you carry God with you. Once you carry God with you, nothing in the universe can touch you. Nothing. Everything will bow because everything is made out of God. So when you recognize it within yourself, that's where you come to your power, the power of love. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you. Keep in touch and stay tuned. And together we will achieve all of your spiritual goals. Namaste. God bless.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.